The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog was a surprise-free game that Sega released. As a massive Sonic fan, you knew I just had to play it. Throughout the game, you play as Original the character as part of a train crew doing a murder mystery experience for a birthday party, it being Amy's birthday. Obviously, the game makes it clear right away that despite the title, Sonic isn't actually dead, as funny as that concept might be. Saying that, Sonic does actually get hurt, as it turns out to be that Robotnik has taken over the train, with the train actually being a badnik, which, wow, that's actually, kind of interesting. We'll get back to that though. Now, throughout the game, you have to go clicking around the scene to find little clues here and there before you go to make your interrogation. Then when you go to click on the appropriate piece of evidence to back up your claims, you're taken to this little mini-game where you must collect enough rings to make the argument stick. Kind of like the little bonus stages that Sonic games used to have back in the day. You do that, and you win the argument. It might not fully scratch the itch of people hoping to have picked out the best dialogue choices, but for a free Sonic game, I feel it's a fun little addition to keep things interesting and keep it with that little Sonic flavour, rather than being just a free visual novel that just so happens to have Sonic characters in. There's a series of smaller mysteries throughout the game. You end up finding out that Shadow's elusiveness is because he's actually trying to secretly order tickets for Amy for a little surprise gift. The overall mystery of who actually took out Sonic was fun to speculate on, as I actually didn't know who did it. Then with the twist at the end of Robotnik showing up having taken over the train, I did not see this coming and I absolutely adored this. Just overall, I loved the writing and story in this game. The writers seem to have a lot of fun with this. With the amount of jokes and banter the characters have, the game is full with fun little interactions. Tails especially is a highlight. With him by your side, he always said something that I found funny. Even if it wasn't always intentional, he was just a really great part of the experience. And the insert character is so empty-handed, it also lent to its own humour and charm. Along with many little jokes the game peppers up throughout here and there, such as Amy Rose apparently listening to a true crime podcast.
Her arms were cut off. Her legs were cut off. Her ears were cut off. Her tongue was cut off. Her nose was cut off. Her eyeballs were plucked out. Her eyebrows were then waxed.
Honestly, that alone is worthy enough of a recommendation because the game's free and you get all this fun little writing in it. I just really enjoyed this.